The buzzword in college athletics right now, NIL. And if you don't know what NIL means, or if you have some preconceived notions about what NIL means, then today we're going to help you understand what NIL truly means and what the impacts on our local community can be. We are here with Every True Tiger's Laurence Bowers.
Hey.
And Laurence is here to talk to us about NIL, what it actually means, and what it can mean for the Columbia community as a whole. Laurence, welcome to the Como 411.
What's up, Adonica? Very glad to be here. Love what you guys are doing. You ladies are doing. I think this is incredible. I think it's going to be very impactful for the community. So I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. We appreciate that. So Laurence, tell us a little bit about Every True Tiger. Tell us what NIL means. Some people don't even know what those initials stand for.
NIL stands for Name, Image, and Likeness.
Mm-hmm.
It was a legislation passed by the NCAA July 1st, 2021.
Okay.
So it's very, very new.
So tell me how NIL and athletes could possibly impact our community.
We operate as a registered 501c3 nonprofit.
Okay.
So our mission is to pair other contracted athletes with nonprofits in the community.
Okay.
And what that looks like, our scope of work is what we call it. We'll have the athletes bring awareness to these organizations by social media. We'll have athletes, depending upon what tier they're in, provide in-person appearances.
Okay.
For instance, United Community Builders here in town
Yes.
are in the middle of a capital campaign.
They are.
And we're going to pair an athlete with them to help promote what they're doing and hopefully bring funds to that organization. You have Love Columbia.
Yes.
You got Coyote Hill. You know, we have athletes paired with all those organizations. And the biggest thing for us is we want the community to win. We want the athlete to win. But also, when both of those things happen, the university wins.
Absolutely.
So it's a win-win-win situation.
Absolutely. Now tell me a little bit about this misconception that,
There's a lot of
athletes are going to be driving around, in fancy cars
Right.
and, just money
Yeah.
out the window, money anything. That's a misconception.
It
Tell
is.
me about that.
It is. And the biggest thing is for us, like I said, we're trying to instill that desire for humanity. NIL is more than just an athlete receiving a check. They have to do a service, right? That's that scope of work I alluded to. So we just feel like if they're going to do something to get paid, why not do something better to the community?
They should.
There's a lot of misnomers out there, though, because, the traditional mindset is college athletes shouldn't get paid. But if you really look at the amount of money that universities are bringing in
Yes.
by, way of the athlete, I think this is long overdue.
I would say so. I would say so because you played in 2008.
Yeah.
And there was no NIL for you.
I was broke as hell, to be honest. But, it's the reason why I fight the way I fight for these athletes right
That
now.
makes sense.
Absolutely.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I understand your passion.
Yeah.
I can feel it. I can feel it.
As you alluded to earlier, it's not just athletes pouring in the dough. It's an athlete being able to say, hey, Mom, I know you haven't seen me play in a long time. I'm going to send you a plane ticket.
Right.
Or, hey, Mom, I know things are rough back home. Here's a little bit of money to help take care of the bills.
Yes.
A statistic shows that 85% of African-American players on Division I scholarships live below the poverty line back home. So this right here gives a lot of our athletes a chance to be stress-free.
Yes.
To just be in the moment, focus on their respective sports,
Yeah.
and to excel in the classroom. So if you get rid of the life factor, a lot of athletes will succeed a lot more.
That makes sense to me because when you were an athlete, there was nothing for you, right?
No.
There was nothing for you.
Yeah.
And so you would play the game and then
Yeah, that was a lot on my mind, and I had a storied career here, as some may say, and I say that humbly. But I would be a fool to tell you that I didn't think about my mom and my little sister and how they were doing back home.
Absolutely.
I lived 5.5 hours away in Memphis, Tennessee. My mom might have made it to 3 games.
Wow.
It was just because we couldn't afford for her to get here.
Absolutely.
So had NIL been around, this would have changed the whole trajectory for me. My mom and my family would have been able to come see me play.
Absolutely.
And I think NIL is bigger than what most people think, not just the money.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's life-changing.
Absolutely.
Not only are we focused on the 2 major revenue sports in basketball and football, we're focused on every athlete across the entire athletic department. So the more money we have, the more deals we can send out to our athletes, which in turn makes the university a lot more appealing to those who may consider.
Okay.
And also it helps the community.
Yeah, absolutely. How can our viewing public help with Every True Tiger?
everything that I'm doing is to try to put Mizzou in a better spot than it's currently in.
Mm-hmm.
So from a fundraising perspective, donating. I mean, understanding that your money makes a difference in the lives of these athletes. But also, I always tell people that beyond monetarily given, that networking is just as essential. Just spread the word.
Yeah.
Biggest thing.
So you heard Laurence, spread the word. Find him at the game. Find him in the community. He is always out everywhere. Another place you can find him quite often is B&B Bagel. That's another one of his favorite spots.
I love B&B. Shout out to Teresa.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to Teresa. So listen, we can help NIL, we can help our university, and ultimately we can help the entire Columbia community.